Well, she considers herself an underdog and made history by making the top 5 while competing in Miss USA. I caught up with Miss Indiana, Alexis Letty, a few hours ago. Check it out.
We are thrilled to have you. Okay, I have total tiara envy. We have to talk about all things pageants, but first, let's talk about the most recent competition, Miss USA. I mean, you placed 3rd. This is quite a feat. Tell us about the experience.
Yeah, well, it's a historic year because it's been 18 years since somebody from Indiana has placed in the top 5. So that's pretty incredible, just being a part of history in Indiana. You know, there's only been 5 women that have done that. So I'm just feeling super honored to be in that group of 5 women. And the pageant itself was just totally different than it ever has been because of COVID. You know, a global pandemic and a pageant kind of are an interesting combination. So we had all types of protocols. We got tested for COVID every 2 days. We were wearing masks everywhere we went. We had different groups, so we didn't hang out with the whole 51 girls the entire time we were there. And we got temperature checked and had to fill out surveys every day. So it was a very unique year, but it was one that will definitely go down in history.
What are some of the tips and tricks we hear? Like, you know, back in the day, they were like, oh, you know, they've used like stuff on their Vaseline so they can smile all the time. Are there any like beauty tips that you guys know in the pageant industry?
I am not the person to ask about that. I literally learned how to do my makeup like 3 weeks before going to Miss USA. I was like,
you're killing it. Flawless. Yeah. Nicely done.
Well, thank you so much. They told us that we would have to do our stage makeup. It's the first time in history that the girls had to do their own hair and makeup for stage. So once they told me that, I was like, oh goodness, okay, I'm going to need to figure out how to do this and do this well for national television.
Wow.
So what you're seeing right now is what I brought onto the stage, and this is what I do for makeup. It's kind of simple, but
yes, no, you got this, girl. So have you always been in pageants, a pageant girl your whole life, or is this something new?
No, I've been an athlete my whole life. This is something fairly new. I just felt like I was called by God to come and compete and to share my message. And I think that he put it at a perfect time during COVID when people are looking at social media and looking at confirmation from other people about their worth. And I think it's my job to tell people that you can break that mold. You do not have to fit into society standards. You can be yourself. You can be happy, and you can love yourself so much that the other opinions and other voices don't matter.
I love it. And you talked about your platform. So what is your platform?
Yeah, my platform is around breaking the mold that society puts on you. Growing up in Southern Indiana, I didn't feel like I could be a model. I didn't feel like I could be an actress. I didn't feel like I could be, you know, Miss Indiana USA. And I've done all those things. And it's not because people were supporting me the entire time along the way. I've had so many people tell me, well, that's not really attainable. Like, be more realistic. What do you really want to do? What can you really make happen? And I'm like, no, this is what's going to happen. Like, this is what I want. So every day I would just constantly tell myself, you can do it. You are going to do amazing things. You're strong, you know, all those affirmations to make it happen. And I think anybody in any state, not just Indiana, has the right and privilege to believe in themselves to make anything happen.
What would you tell young girls that are looking at you, Alexis, and they want to be in your shoes?
Yeah, I would tell them, instead of wanting to be like me, you should want to be like yourself and set goals to accomplish great things. And I say that because I always looked up to people and I wanted to be like them. But at the same time, we have different experiences, different life experiences, different parents, you know, different communities. And it's so important to be true to who you are and live in your experiences and use your experience to propel you to where you want to go.
How do we nail like the pageant wave? Do you do a little, can you give us a little something?
So people say it's elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. So it's like, but honestly, if I'm in the moment, I'm just like,
right? Like more like spirit fingers. Woo! Oh my gosh, you are such a doll.
She is so much fun. I'm practicing that. She also told me she keeps her tiara in a special case in her room and that she hopes to inspire others to boost their confidence in themselves and break the mold. Get it, girl. Alexis, over to you. Practice that wave.
Hey, that's so amazing. I need to practice my wave, okay?